You're invited to Australia's only fitness and recreation industry technology summit in Sydney on July the 21st and 22nd. This is going to be an amazing summit and we'll have 4 keynote presentations, 3 TED Talk style presentations, 2 panels and 2 workshops. So you walk away with real actions. Plus a gala dinner with the first ever fitness industry awards for technology, and another keynote, this time from Amanda Stevens. You can register now for an early bird ticket at fitnessindustrytechsummit.com.au. Now, one of those 4 keynotes is going to be from James Ellender from ActiveXchange. His topic, the fitness industry recovery by the data. So I thought I'd get James along today to tell us a little bit about what he's going to be speaking on, because they have been collecting some serious data for many years, but particularly during COVID and post-COVID. Welcome, James. What are you talking on?
Hey, Justin, and thanks for having me. Look, we're really excited. I should also say the exciting part of what we're talking about is it actually feeds on from your original conference back in 2018, when my predecessor, Alex, was up on stage talking about the future of data. Fast forward 3 years on, and we've been mining membership data for the industry for 3 years. Built, our client base has expanded. We're now in this really unique helicopter view situation where we're looking over lots of different brands and their membership data and really putting our analyst team to work. So, most of our team aren't industry people. They're data analysts, data scientists, and database engineers. And they've been sort of connecting all of this, as Alex would say, siloed data, and unlocking it and bringing it into this connected network. That network today has more than 3 million active member records across sport and leisure. And that's member records. Then we've got hundreds of millions of annual transactions where we're sifting through all of that. And whether it's in one point of sale system or another, we're bringing it together in a safe and secure way, and not sharing data between organizations, but now sharing insights. So we're going to be up on stage talking about market trends, consumer behavior, what it means for revenue today and tomorrow, what some of the challenges that we're seeing through the changing age groups of people and customer bases, and what that means. So we see ourselves today, fast forward 3 years when we first got up and talked, as now it's about market insights, trends, and saying, well, what's happening in Victoria versus WA? Recently we saw a snap lockdown in at the start of the year in Perth. Well, they've just had another. And we know that's going to give a 27% drop again in membership immediately for that market. And it's about knowing, well, what does that mean? And what do you do next? And so we're looking forward to it. Lots of trends, lots of insights, and hopefully lots of relevant what to do next sort of conversations for your delegates.
I love that little knowledge bomb you just dropped there about some of the data that you collect out of Western Australia. I guess one question that probably is sitting on people's minds when you talk about data, let's be clear, this is real-time data, isn't it?
It is. Now, how we ingest data is the challenge. And if you ask me what a theme of 2021 is, it's collaborating with integrations between systems. So what we've been federally funded to do this year is build a whole heap of integrations with member management systems and point of sale systems. But the data that we're looking at is real time. We're just ingesting it on a rolling basis, and we're retrospectively looking at it and projecting what happens next. The challenge is around integrations, and I think there's a lot of work to do for the fitness industry in 2021. But what it unlocks and what we've been able to do is that's how you get your benchmarks. That's how you look at, I've got a group fitness timetable and I want to know what's happening in the sector. And we're able to do that today. Now, we might ingest the data once every 2 weeks and produce those insights, but it's still pretty timely. It's come a long way. And what's ahead is that will be instant in the future.
And there's no pressure on you at all, James, because they've actually positioned you as the first speaker for the summit to lay the foundations of where the industry's been and potentially where it's going. So I think you're going to set a really lovely foundation for us for the day and a half. And what you just said, it kind of makes just registration paid for itself in that one presentation with the data that you can share. Can you give us a bit of an update on what ActiveXchange does and some of the services that you offer?
Yeah, sure. Look, I think for your audience in particular, we do a lot of work helping a number of different key people. So whether you're a franchisor trying to understand the right next dot on the map, we do a lot of analysis on locations and looking at member trends and future growth trends and converting that to a real business plan about what's the right place on a map to invest in or move away from. So that analytical aspect of operations. We've done a lot of work around membership and what it looks like for member risk and member churn. And we've built retention algorithms, we've built connections to databases that can really start to predict why someone's more likely to leave than another. We've also of late started to look at the deep dive around group fitness. So we recently did for one of our partners an assessment of their group fitness timetable post-COVID, looking at a significant shift in not just the age group of the customer, but the patterns of behavior of the customer, what time, what type, how that's changed because of COVID, and what it now means for the timetable. It needs to be reorganized, revitalized, but actually changed dramatically in timing. So we've been able to do that kind of analytical assessment that in the past, you'd go off your gut and you'd have a really good crack. And to be honest, a lot of our analytics will just reinforce your gut, but it gives you evidence. And when you're having that member conversation, you can start to really talk about some stuff that helps you justify what you're doing. But there's some tangible ways that we're doing work at the moment. And then also, looking at one of the things that I really like is we wash member data against other data sets that aren't publicly available that we bring in via our third-party partners. And it really gives you a souped up, version of at a household level who your customer is, who they aren't, and what's their pricing capacity. So suddenly you're able to look at the optimal pricing of products based on exactly who the segment is at a household level. Because we bring in your member data at a household level safely, we wash it against this real market profiling data that's got such a significant data set behind it that says you can actually increase your fees here for this customer base, or that site versus this site could be different. And commercially, that makes a huge impact.
Absolutely. Wow. The beauty of data.
Look, it's just, as we say, it's about insights and opening up conversations, often reaffirming your gut. But I think what ActiveXchange has been able to build since Alex got up on stage in 2018 is the idea of this connected network and ecosystem, where it's not about sharing each other's data, but learning about benchmarks and together building the market up and taking it to double its size rather than the same size, but cannibalizing. It's this whole idea of building the market, and let's get more than 1 in 5 Australians as a member. Let's get 2 in 5 and 3 in 5.
I do love your description of the helicopter view, because I think the last 18 months, club owners, facility managers, facility management companies, we've probably been down in the trenches just trying to survive. Mm-hmm. And we haven't been able to see benchmarks. We haven't been able to see what's been outside our own little hub or bubble, as the pun may be. And then all of a sudden you're going to come in at this presentation and go, okay, guys, you haven't been able to do it, but we have. Here's what it looks like from up here. Yeah,
that's right. That's right. And also help with the visibility about what's working in other places. I think that's what data allows is with the right lens and the right, approach, you can actually solve some serious problems for customers. But often you're only looking at your own data set, and that can be a little bit challenging, but it's also relevant, and knowing how you compare and how to benchmark, I think, can be really powerful.
Well, it's going to be a great opening session at the Fitness Industry Technology Summit this year. So make sure you check out fitnessindustrytechsummit.com.au. We will see James on July the 21st. I think at around about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, he's on stage. James, thank you for all your support. Thanks for ActiveXchange for jumping on board again this year. We really appreciate your support. And it's going to be awesome to hear and see you in a couple of months' time.
Thanks, JT.